Hello, everybody, all my beautiful and potentially slightly bedraggled folks. It's really lovely to see you all here today. I'm a little bit emotional. It's really nice when we get the NIDC, or the Northern Ireland developer community together. Over the last few years, it hasn't happened as often as it used to. So it's nice to have these days where we get to hang out and kind of just share the love, as it was. So this is our first speaker today. So this is Rejane Leite. Now, this is her first time doing like a big conference talk. So I know we're all kind and lovely people, but just bear that in mind as well. We're going to support her through. So she's a software engineering manager at Signified. She's got over 20 years experience in tech across a number of different areas. And she's going to be talking about her journey to leadership, challenges and lessons, and ultimately how to cultivate an inclusive leadership. She is going to do Q&A at the end, depending on how the talk goes, but I think we'll do some Q&A. So if you do have any questions, just bear that in mind. You can wait to the end of it. So no further ado, I will hand you over to Rejane.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Hello, everyone. Morning. I'm really excited to be here speaking at the NIDC for the first time. Quite nerve-wracking, but yeah, let's get started. So as someone that has been in the tech industry for quite a while, and you're going just to learn that a little bit more soon, I can really say that it's a field that mostly dominated by men, as anyone know already, but over the decades and years, we have seen some progress. We see that happening. However, women are still underrepresented, especially in leadership positions. So today, I will walk you through my journey and highlight the challenges that I faced, the lessons I've learned, and how we can have a more inclusive leadership that empowers women to lead. As Emma said, my name is Rejane, and I've been in the IT industry for more than 20 years. 6 has been here in Belfast. I've worked in a variety of industries, led big projects in South America, because I'm originally from Brazil, and influenced a strategy of a cloud management project. Currently, I'm working at Signified and leading a backend team based in UK, and I'm also part of the STEM ambassador. But before I tell a little bit more about my experience and my journey, I'd like just to take a step back here and give you a little bit more context and ask a few questions. What is the percentage of women that are in the tech industry today? I think it's a difficult question to answer, isn't it? Because when I started in the 90s, like late 90s, the number of women there, it was even lower. But after 20 years, what I did not really expected was that only 22% of women are working in the tech industry. And this report, it's from this year. It's not globally. It only includes 40 economies, that it's in countries in South America, Europe, UK, and US. But can you imagine if this was globally? Probably this percentage would be even smaller. And another thing is, can you see the difference, the gap? Yeah, well, you might say it's just 21%, right? Not that much, but in fact it is, because in the same report says that the progress has been as little as just 0.1% compared to the previous year, to 2023. So if women are getting slowly into the STEM, more precisely technology, how long will it take to close this gap? Even more difficult to answer that question, right? So let me show you another report that I came across. Yeah, 131 years to close the gap. Shocking, isn't it? I was shocked. I was like, I cannot believe that this is true. So in this report, yeah, it's from mid-2023. And I showed you this slide before saying the results of this year and the 0.1% of improvement. So can you connect the dots? If we continue in the same rate with this low pace, I think that year it's going to be even more. And another interesting fact that I found in this report, it's only 32% of women are actually in senior leadership positions. And this percentage is not about STEM or tech industry. It's across all industries. It's quite frustrating to see that, for sure. However, I don't want to discourage anyone here. I hope this fact can help us to reflect and think. What can we do today? No, I'm not saying that my talk today is going to have all the answers to reduce this drastically, but may help increase the awareness and inspire others to changes. And now you might be wondering, okay, how was my journey? How did I get into leadership? Let's begin. As I said, I started my career in the late 90s, early 20s, as an intern, working in a small company in Brazil. That time, the number of women was really small. But I was so excited to be solving problems, writing code, playing with computers. That's at least what I had in my mind. I started to have tasks, solve them quickly. The quicker I was solving them, the quicker I was getting more and more complex tasks to handle. Then I just got my first promotion and moved to software engineer. Again, I continued to learn more, and now I was able just to understand the architecture, the end-to-end product. I was taking more responsibility, handling asks from support, from Q&A areas. Then got my next promotion, became a senior software engineer. But note that on my journey, I have not even mentioned that I was having any feedback, because in fact, I was not having. And until this point, I was finding everything perfect. I was progressing as I was expecting. I was going further in my career. And I started working really hard to prove that I could be on the next level and take even more responsibilities. I started just help less experienced engineers, be part of hiring process, join discussions to improve process in the company. And then there was just one problem. I was not getting further in my career. I didn't have a manager that would help me to grow or provide feedback, constructive feedback. I was receiving awards, though, because I was really excelling in executing the tasks and getting the job done, but not a leadership position. No one said to me what I need to improve to get there. Just that promotion to leadership will never come. It may sound that it was not a good company then, but I didn't know what to look for. I didn't have a leader to look at. But I wanted to progress, so I started my university thinking that would get me there. But I was wrong. The promotion didn't come. It was not the fact that I was doing university I would get promotion. Then I found another opportunity in another company. Exciting time for me. I was beginning as a senior software engineer. I was sure the promotion would be coming soon. New company, new product, new programming language, different architecture, different domain, a brand new opportunity for me. So let's begin the journey again, learn the ropes. But this time, in less than a year, I was making an impact in delivering projects. But no promotion. Another year, no promotion. And I found another job and did the same thing again. Yet, in my journey, no feedback. I didn't know that my way of communication was not meeting the expectations. I had a quite straightforward way to communicate. I will not hold my tongue. My opinion, for me, it was black or white. For example, if someone would ask me, presenting me some information would be like, why? Why are you doing this? Why this way? So many why questions that I had, but no one would say that was too direct. I was really frustrated. This cycle seemed to be an infinite loop. I started to doubt my abilities to be a leader, and I think, this might not be for me. I had managers that discouraged me as well. They would make me just take notes of meetings, write documentations, or even say that I would have to work twice harder to get there. And I was like, why? That's not fair. But only in my mind, I was wondering that. And unfortunately, that also made me believe that was true. So I was getting really discouraged in getting to leadership until I finally got another job, another opportunity. But what was different this time? I was beginning as a senior software engineer again. The company hired a group of senior software engineers that have to learn the rope. New programming language, new product, full of complex problems to solve, and a brand new project. Wait, does that sound familiar? The difference was, this time, there was a manager that was not only focused on the project or execution, he cared about the people. The company had an HR that wanted to develop their people as well. It was a completely different culture. Another difference is everyone was starting from scratch. Because we are all on the same level, I didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. I was enjoying the process of learning things as a team. I started to share my findings, help others, and getting more confident again. And while I was there, a friend mentioned to me about my way to communicate with others, and also remind me my strengths and qualities while I was in the IT industry. That was the nudge that I needed. Then almost after 2 years, I got promoted to be the team leader and oversee 4 teams, around 18 people. My communication has improved, and it was just the beginning of my journey. This time, every 6 months, I would have feedback, the team would have feedback, we would grow together. The company had recognition, and for the first time, I was recognized. That was fantastic. I have broken the cycle. I led this project for 3 years, and my desire for more experience led me to consider companies abroad. I was like, how would be the companies in other countries? What would it be like? What would be different from where I am? So let me fast forward you to the point where I am here today. I arrived in Belfast. Yeah, that's exactly how it was the plan when I was landing here in Belfast. I joined a multicultural company this time that had offices in Belfast, England, Australia, India, and across US. The team in Belfast had a good number of women. I was astonished. It was inclusive, welcoming. I could not have asked for a better opportunity, right? Just one small detail. I'm back again as a senior software engineer, new programming language, new products, and the company was 5 to 6 times bigger than any other company that I have worked before. And I had to learn a new culture. Then I started to have weekly one-on-ones, which I've never had before, meaning I was having frequent feedback, completely different styles of communication, and have to handle so many cultures. So much information. Guess who decided to show up again? Mr. Imposter Syndrome. I didn't feel that I was the right person. I questioned myself, how did I get through the interview process? I felt like I didn't know English anymore. I barely could understand people in the office, so many different accents. Then I started to make a list of everything I needed to learn. Can you imagine the list? What a long list. I must confess that a couple of times I questioned myself if I would really get through that list. Then the right opportunity for me to ask for help came. I found someone to mentor me. I still can't believe that he accepted, but I can surely say that has pivoted my career. What was different? I had my line manager giving me feedback, right? Right. But my line manager changed a couple of times. And that means it takes time for you to build relationship in order to have a constructive feedback. Having a mentor is different because it complements the management feedback. I'm not saying that you should disregard your manager, what he says. Please don't do that. What I can say is your mentor will add a different perspective because he has gone through the journey before you and can give you insights. In my case, the manager I got was longer in the company, had more experience, and was willing to guide me as well. He helped me to believe in myself, to understand my blind spots, to break down that huge list that I created, discard some items, of course, build a network, be involved in a company initiatives, encouraged me to lead a book club. Yes, a book club that changed completely the company, but that is a topic for another talk. And what a change in my career. And today, I'm leading a team here in Belfast, not as a tech lead, but as a manager. There is a difference on that as well, but I will not get into the details. I know that at this point, I just said too much, so let me just recap what I've been through. Mentorship and constructive feedback are crucial to progress in your career, especially to leadership positions. We always struggle to understand our weaknesses and find someone that can mentor you and provide a meaningful and constructive criticism can take you up to the next level. Be open to listen. And regarding communication, that is definitely a really complex topic. But I'm learning, And my goal is to be assertive and try to say less sorry and apologies. Yes, we women, we tend to say apologies for everything. I'm still improving that. Fight the imposter syndrome. As I shared, it will come many times, but believe that you got there because you have the skills. And most importantly, you don't need to know everything to be there. You don't need to tick all the boxes. You can be a leader where you are. And that it's be a role model, regardless the position. As you learn through my journey, companies, they are more inclusive, offer better opportunities for you to grow and lead. That brings me to my next point, that it's to create a more inclusive and supportive environment. Companies can promote gender diversity and minimize the impact of unconscious bias by leveraging DEI programs. I know that it's a broader program, but it includes education and practice to have a more equitable workplace. I want to highlight the importance of executive presence here and participation because they are role models of the company, and it shows that they know how to embrace diversity and advocate for a more inclusive workplace. For companies and leaders who hear this, invest on mentoring program because that's what is going to shape and build the next generation of leaders. No matter where you are in your career, be part of a local community, whether to help others or to seek help. I forgot to mention in my journey that I've learned how beneficial it is to join meetups and events like Women Techmakers and NIDC. It was through those that I was able to get up to speed when learning Golang, DevOps, and cloud computing. Learning from others definitely will prevent you to go through the same hurdles again. For companies, my advice is sponsor them, host events, be involved, help to build an inclusive culture. Last but not least, to my male colleagues, I wanted to say that be example of respect and fairness. Champion programs that foster diversity and inclusion. Be an ally and a sponsor. Find a woman to mentor and share your experiences. I'm not saying that you should only mentor a woman, but consider one. Be like my mentor. Find opportunities that can use their strength. And I'm lucky that I found a mentor and to be working in a company that signifies the values diversity. I also have opportunity to thank my male colleagues and my team for all the support. Without them, I could not have been here at all. And to close up, that number of years to close the gap, it still puzzles me. But I believe that the future where just leaders is closer than before. Thank you.